Hey guys, Luke here, your digital concierge of Gramophone. Today we're going to take an in-depth look at the Marantz SR5014. This is a 7-channel surround receiver that gives you great capabilities and all kinds of options. Give your home theater that Marantz legacy sound with the SR5014. Extensively tuned to provide the most musical sound, it will fully immerse you in your music, TV, and movie watching. Delivering high-resolution sound to every corner of your surround system, power and upgrade your home entertainment experience with the Marantz SR5014. That said, guys, we're going to get into this and figure out all the great features the SR5014 has to offer. But before we do so, make sure that you subscribe to the Gramophone channel and click that bell notification icon, because I don't want to see you miss out on any of the great product highlights we have up and coming. Now then, why is the SR5014 the right receiver for you? Okay guys, before we talk about the features, you get a lot of stuff in the box with the SR5014, so we're going to go over all of it for you. Starting off, you get your power cable, because obviously. You get a quick start guide telling you how to get all the primary functions set up and ready to go. You get a little goodie bag full of a lot of things. We have a radio antenna, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antennas, labels for all of your cabling to keep track of everything easily once you have this set up in case you ever have to make a change, and some more literature including warranty information and the like. Fun fact, receivers are still called receivers because they still feature an AM/FM radio. You get your remote. This is a stand for your Odyssey calibration microphone, which is really handy. And speaking of that, there is the microphone itself, which is used for the Odyssey room calibration system built into every Marantz product. I've said it before, you'll hear me say it again. I am a firm believer in room calibration, as it can take even not very good acoustically optimized rooms and make the best of it. First off, this is a 7.2 channel receiver, so it can process and amplify up to 7 different channels with 2 subwoofer pre-outs, so you can actually drive 2 different subs. You don't see that on a lot of receivers, and let me tell you, dual subs is where it's at, so I'm really happy they included that on this model. Of those 7 amplified channels, they average about 100 watts per channel, but are capable of dynamic burst up to 180 watts, and when driving all 7, Marantz guarantees a 70% guarantee. What that means is that when all 7 are going, you will see at least 70% of that rated 100 coming out of each of them, which is plenty of power for most speaker setups, as anything right around 100 watts is generally plenty of power for most loudspeakers today anyway. However, if you're driving something low impedance such as 4 ohms, this 5014 can still handle it. The 5014 also processes all of today's most advanced surround sound formats, such as Dolby Atmos virtualization for expanding and upscaling tracks that are generally not Atmos, DTS:X, and DTS Virtual X, again for upscaling. It also has a favorite feature of mine, which is eARC, Enhanced Audio Return Channel, meaning you can connect this to your TV and have your TV actually push audio from it back to the receiver. Really useful for playing video games and stuff like that, where you want maximum signal integrity and speed. Enhanced Audio Return, unlike the original, allows for a full 8 channels of uncompressed surround sound to come back through, whereas the former version, found in the predecessor to this, only allowed for 2-channel playback. Speaking of HDMI ports, all the inputs and outputs on the 5014 are HDMI 2.0, good for 4K resolution at 60 Hz of full bandwidth playback. And there's another fun feature relating to HDMI on this, and that is auto low latency mode, meaning that if you do have to connect your game console to your receiver, this can pass signal through with adding the least amount of possible extra latency, so that you still have a great gaming experience that doesn't feel choppy or like you're a second behind the action. This also features, as I mentioned before, the Odyssey Multi-EQ XT room correction system. Odyssey is a very good system, not only because it's so good at what it does, but because it's very user-friendly. You simply plug in the mic and the receiver holds your hand through the entire calibration setup process. Afterwards, you can even download the Odyssey app to make further adjustments really easily using your phone as a graphic EQ to get your sound just the way you want it. After running Odyssey, I always recommend manually checking speaker distances, and once you do so, The experience you'll get will be the absolute best the 5014 is prepared to deliver, and you will definitely be able to tell the difference. The 5014 also integrates seamlessly with your home network, supporting both a wired Ethernet connection or a wireless 2.4 or 5 GHz Wi-Fi connection, giving you easy access to things like HEOS, the built-in streaming platform used by Denon and Marantz products that provides you access to almost everything you could want. The frequency response is a full 20 to 20, 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, which is the full range of human hearing. And of course, we'll first start with the dimensions. This is going to be 17.4 inches in width, 14.4 inches in length, and 6.4 inches in height. And lastly, it weighs 26.5 pounds, as any good audio product has a little bit of heft to it. And before we talk about the look of the 5014, let's talk about the design elements that go into the inside to make it what it is. Everything Marantz does, much like their sister company Denon, but to their own liking, has to do with Marantz's own sonic signature. If you know the Marantz signature, you know that it leans a little bit warm, but without sacrificing clarity or detail. Marantz is especially known for their proprietary HDAM audio circuit, which delivers crystal clear, yet as I mentioned, slightly warm leaning sound that also has a great slewing rate to ensure you get maximum dynamics and speed for a listening experience that is very engaging, immersive, and delivers everything that you want to hear. And to get into the look, we kind of know how this one goes. It looks like your typical Marantz receiver, but Marantz has always given us an attractive yet relaxed design. Looking at the front, we see that kind of bow shape with the Marantz porthole, which is a famous design choice of theirs, featuring 2 knobs for input selection and volume control, with all of your switches for the additional features such as MDAX or sound mode, easily displayed right below and easy to access and operate. Looking at the body, we see it's got the nice matte finish that many Marantz receivers are well known for, and this is a look, if displayed, looks sharp, kind of like that reserved black suit look, but if hidden, will not stand out and will blend into just about any environment perfectly. Should you choose to leave your 5014 on display, however, you'll notice the nice shine to the knobs, the Marantz logo proudly presenting itself, and of course, the famous Marantz porthole design for the front display. This features 8 HDMI inputs, 7 on the rear and 1 additional one on the front for convenience, and 2 HDMI outputs. All of these are HDMI 2.0 ports supporting 4K at 60 Hz and full HDCP 2.3 copyright protection support, so you never have to worry about digital handshake issues with devices. This is ready for the latest standards. Also, one of the HDMI outports, as I mentioned earlier, supports eARC, or Enhanced Audio Return Channel, one of the best selling points of this receiver in my opinion. It also features dual subwoofer outs, which at this price point you don't often find in other receivers, and I think is a wonderful inclusion because let me tell you, dual subs is a transformative experience in home theater. And another fun little addition is an integrated phono input complete with a ground. Again, not something you often find at receivers of this price point, but this is truly a compatibility monster ready for just about any audio source you can possibly throw at it, including good old vinyl. It also features 2 RCA audio-only inputs for simple line-in, 2 component video inputs, as well as a component output if you need to connect this to an older display, though keep in mind this does only support 480i. It also features 2 optical digital inputs for digital streaming sources, for example, as well as 2 digital coax inputs, which can also be used for a similar type of thing, just through a different connection type. And in fact, on most of the popular streaming devices available today, I actually recommend coax out. Another great thing about the SR5014 is that it allows you future expandability through the use of pre-outs for all of the main channels. You can use these RCA connectors and feed them into a bigger and more powerful power amp, should you choose, if you're in need of more power, or if you just simply want to upgrade to an external amplifier that will offer better transparency and extra power for your speakers. Looking below that, you can see the binding post or speaker terminals offer all of the 7 amplified channels built right into the 5014. And finally, you also get a USB port and an Ethernet jack for wired internet, which I do recommend running if possible, but make no mistake, as the Wi-Fi in this unit is also very capable. Through the use of HDMI CEC, or also known as HDMI control, you can actually control your TV through this receiver. Through the HDMI connection, devices can talk to each other, so when you power on your TV or receiver, they can power on each other as well. This also functions as a multi-source and multi-room device. You can set this up in a 5-channel mode and use the additional 2 channels to drive an entirely different room, all running on a completely different source as well. So if someone is in the first room watching a movie through 5-channel sound, someone can be in the next room listening to a pair of speakers through the HEOS app, listening to whatever they please, such as Amazon, the radio, any other input. On that note of listening, this does feature the Denon Marantz HEOS streaming platform, which is an app that gives you access to native streaming right through the receiver itself for all of your favorite sources, such as Amazon Music, Tidal, Spotify, SoundCloud, and many more. Best part is that HEOS supports full-fat, high-quality content such as 24-bit. You can also use it with Bluetooth or with Apple AirPlay 2 for another wireless option. There's even Amazon Alexa, Google Voice Assistant, and through AirPlay, Apple's Siri for voice control. It's even more seamless when you download the Marantz app for your smartphone, which allows you to access and control all the major functions of your receiver. And on that note, consider picking up the Audeze app as well for fine-tuning your room correction adjustments. For just under $1,000, the Marantz SR5014 delivers on the Marantz decades-old tradition of delivering the best performance for music and cinema, bringing all of these incredible features to the table to give you everything that you could possibly need to have a great multi-channel listening experience, no matter what your content is. Alright guys, that wraps up our video on the 5014. If you want to pick up one for yourself, head on over to skybygramophone.com by clicking that link in the description down below, where you can check out securely and you'll receive it fast and free straight to your door. Also, don't forget to stop by one of our showroom locations where you can demo this product for yourself. We have it at Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, Maryland. And also while you're out, be sure to check out our lovely Kitchen Design Center in Hunt Valley, Maryland. If you need any help coming up with project ideas, need to schedule a service request, or would like to speak to one of our hi-fi, home theater, and interior design experts, get inspired at gramophone.com. If you have any questions for me about anything I've covered here on the channel, ask at gramophone.com. I'd love to help you out. Finally, you can find us on social media. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as many others. Check the links down below. Please give me a thumbs up and like this video if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment down below, tell us what you think, and subscribe to the Gramophone channel for all of your audio and home theater needs. And as always, tell me what you thought about this product, and I really want to know what you guys want to continue to see from us in the future as well, okay? It is always a pleasure. Be seeing you.